As rockets lit up the skies near Taiwan, the President of the United States sounded unconcerned. From Palm Beach, Donald Trump brushed aside fears of escalation, even as China launched live fire drills encircling the self-ruled island.
China's been doing naval exercises basically to test encircling Taiwan. Can you explain to us what your knowledge is of that? What do you think about that? Have you had any discussions with China?
Well, I have a great
that?
relationship with President Xi, and he hasn't told me anything about it. I certainly have seen it, but he hasn't told me anything about it, and I don't believe he's going to be doing it.
Does it worry you?
No, nothing worries me.
But
nothing.
You said where there's smoke, there's fire, right? So if you're if you're doing naval exercises and air exercises.
Well, they've been doing naval exercises for 20 years in that area. Now people take it a little bit differently, but in fact larger than they're doing right now. So we'll see. But they've been doing that for 20, 25 years, yeah.
But on the ground and in the air, the scenes told a different story. China entered the second day of massive live fire war games around Taiwan, codenamed Justice Mission 2025. From Pingtan, the closest point on China's coast to Taiwan, AFP journalists watched volleys of rockets blast into the sky, at least 10 fired in rapid succession. China says the drills are simulating a blockade, targeting key Taiwanese ports and practicing assaults on maritime targets. Beijing deployed destroyers, frigates, fighter jets, and bombers, testing sea-air coordination and what it calls integrated blockade and control.
The DPP authorities, in blatant disregard of their persistent Taiwan independence stance, attempt to seek independence by relying on the United States, not hesitating to transform Taiwan into a powder keg and an arsenal. This fully exposes their sinister nature as peace destroyers, troublemakers, and war instigators. External forces using Taiwan to contain China and arming Taiwan will only embolden Taiwan independence separatist arrogance, pushing the Taiwan Strait into a perilous state of conflict and war.
The People's Liberation Army called it a stern warning to what it labels Taiwan independence forces. Taipei calls it military intimidation. Taiwan's defense ministry reports a surge in activity. 130 Chinese aircraft, 14 Navy ships, and multiple government vessels detected near the island in just 24 hours.
Because we must, under the premise of ensuring our national security and sovereignty, take appropriate countermeasures when such a standoff continuously escalates, the two sides will only continue to accumulate the risk of conflict, and it will not help at all to resolve disagreements or different disputes.
Next slide. The number has now increased to 14 Coast Guard vessels, including Qingdao, Matsu, Kinmen, Wukyu, Dongsha, and other outlying islands. The Coast Guard administration immediately dispatched ships and boats to pre-position in all sea areas to respond.
The drills follow major U.S. arms sales to Taiwan and comments from Japan warning that force against the island could trigger a military response.
Violates the Republic of China's Territorial Sea and Contiguous Zone Act.
Beijing blames external forces, warning the Taiwan Strait is being pushed toward what it calls imminent war. Yet from the White House, Trump remains calm. Missiles in the sky, war games at Taiwan's doorstep, and a U.S. president saying he's not worried, even as the region watches every move, holding its breath.
China has encircled Taiwan and unleashed missiles, warships, fighter jets in a stern message to Taipei and its allies, including the U.S. China's military says it has mobilized Army, Navy, Air Force, and rocket units around Taiwan in one of its most extensive drills in years. The operation is designed to test combat readiness and send what Beijing calls a serious warning to forces pushing for Taiwanese independence. The drills were announced early Monday and involve live deployments across 5 strategic zones surrounding the self-ruled island. Chinese warships and aircraft are operating to Taiwan's north, southwest, southeast, and east, as well as inside the sensitive Taiwan Strait. China's Eastern Theater Command is leading the operation, codenamed Just Mission 2025. For 10 hours, large sections of sea and airspace have been placed under strict restrictions, beginning at 8:30 local time. Military spokesperson Shi Yi said the exercises focus on sea and air combat patrols, seizing comprehensive control, and rehearsing blockades of key ports and critical infrastructure.
Beginning on December 29th, the Eastern Theater Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army mobilized its various forces, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Rocket Force, to carry out the Justice Mission 2025 exercise. This exercise will take place in the Taiwan Strait and in the regions north of Taiwan Island, southwest of Taiwan Island, southeast of Taiwan Island, and also to the east of Taiwan Island. Key drills focused on sea and air combat readiness patrols, seizing comprehensive control, blockading vital ports and critical areas, and multi-dimensional interdiction along outer lines. Multiple naval vessels and aircraft approached Taiwan Island, conducting joint assaults by various services and arms, aiming to test the theatre force's joint combat capabilities in real-world scenarios. This is a serious warning to Taiwan independent separatist forces and external interference forces, and a legitimate and necessary action to defend national sovereignty and maintain national unity.
Taiwan's government has reacted with alarm. Officials in Taipei condemned the drills as military intimidation and accused Beijing of deliberately destabilizing the region. The presidential office said the operation undermines security in the Taiwan Strait and openly challenges international law.
Regarding the Chinese Communist Party's military exercises, the Ministry of Transportation here must first state its position. Regarding their barbaric and completely unreasonable actions, we want to express our very strong protest and condemnation. And naturally, this will inevitably impact the safety of our entire aviation and maritime shipping operations.
I strongly condemn any actions that lead to an escalation of regional conflicts. My position is very firm and consistent. We must have dialogue, not confrontation. We seek peace and prosperity, not turmoil and unrest.
Maintaining peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait and in the Indo-Pacific is a strong international consensus. The Chinese People's Liberation Army's targeted military exercises near our nation not only brutally undermine the security and stability status quo of the Taiwan Strait and the Indo-Pacific region, but are also a blatant challenge to international law and order. Our country expresses its severe condemnation of the Chinese authorities for disregarding international norms and threatening neighbouring countries with military intimidation. Regarding China's unilateral provocative actions, our military and national security agencies have prior and comprehensive knowledge and have made full preparations to ensure the safety and security of our nation and its people. Please, citizens, rest assured. Over the past few months, China has repeatedly harassed and coerced areas near island chains like Japan and the Philippines, unilaterally escalating regional tensions and disrupting the status quo. We call on Chinese authorities to exercise rational self-restraint, immediately cease irresponsible provocations, not misjudge the situation, and avoid becoming a troublemaker that undermines regional peace.
China has dramatically expanded such drills since 2022, after a visit to Taipei by former U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. That visit infuriated Beijing and marked a turning point in China's military posture. The latest maneuvers also follow a landmark arms deal between the United States and Taiwan. Worth $11.1 billion, the package includes HIMARS rocket systems, anti-tank missiles, loitering drones, howitzers, and advanced military software. China's also reacted angrily to comments from Japan's Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, who warned Tokyo could respond militarily if China attempted to seize Taiwan by force. Chinese officials insist the drills are legitimate. Shi Yi said the exercise is necessary to safeguard national sovereignty and maintain national unity. He accused both Taiwan independence groups and foreign powers of dangerous interference. China's Communist Party claims Taiwan as its territory, despite never having governed the island. Taiwan, meanwhile, remains democratic, self-ruled, and backed by unofficial Western support. As warships circle and jets roar overhead, the message from Beijing is unmistakable. This is a rehearsal, a pressure campaign, and a signal to Washington, Tokyo, and Taipei.